Hey everyone, I'm Casey, and in this video I'm going to be talking about AT&T stock, why I personally think this is a great stock to hedge against inflation, that's undervalued, and is also a great recovery stock if you believe the economy is about to and is already recovering strongly, and I will dive into the reasons why. So first and foremost, as a hedge against inflation right now, because AT&T's stock is down 25% on the year, their dividend yield is crazy high. It is at or right around 7%, which is huge, which basically means if you were to invest $100 into AT&T, you are going to get $7 back over a whole year from them in dividends, no matter what, which is pretty crazy. So I have a very large percent of my portfolio in it. I believe maybe around 15 to 20% or so. I own 400 shares. I recently brought my portfolio value down. I'm a little skeptical right now of all the high-flying valuations, and AT&T particularly is not a high-flying valuation. As I mentioned, they are down 25% on the year, and a lot of that has to do with their operating income being down around 28% on the year. Their overall net income compared year over year is around negative change, if you will, of 25%. So if you look at it that way, the stock being down 25%, say it seems okay, that's, down 28%, down 25% on the net income, down 25% on the stock, and that may kind of, to somebody intuitively right away, seem like, okay, it's fairly valued. However, the reason why it is down 25% on the net income and its operating income is down 28% strictly has to do with COVID. It has to do with incremental COVID-19 costs, according to the company, and a lot of basically one-off unique circumstances that will not happen again in 2021 and in the future, and especially as the economy recovers, AT&T is going to benefit a lot from that. One of the other things I really wanted to mention too on kind of the exciting front is AT&T owns HBO, and HBO is launching HBO Max, and HBO Max is basically they are trying to up their streaming side of their business, and with this, they're also trying to have movies that otherwise would have came out in theaters come out live on HBO Max. I personally think could potentially be huge. I'm somewhat slightly skeptical just because I'm not entirely sure what to think about movie theaters and what's necessarily going to happen to them. I definitely don't want to be a gambling man and try to buy or short the movie theater stocks. I really have no idea what's going to happen with them. I personally think there's a really good chance they're going to be resilient. People are going to want to go back to them. But I also think there's a good chance people may start to like watching movies in home. And if that's the case, AT&T in particular is really poised to capitalize on that. If you just kind of take away from Netflix and Roku and some of these other pre-streaming businesses, AT&T owns Time Warner. And Time Warner, as we all know, most people watching this probably know, is huge when it comes to making movies, blockbuster movies. And so if AT&T is going to have exclusivity to making those go live on HBO Max, it's almost going to be kind of like what Spotify has been doing with like Joe Rogan's podcast and some of these other things where it's like, if you want to listen to it, you kind of have to end up signing up for Spotify. And it may be like this too, where if all these movies are coming out and you really want to see them, you may have to sign up for HBO Max. As I said, I'm personally indifferent on knowing exactly what's going to happen on the movie theater side of things. However, that is a very, very exciting possibility if they end up phasing out of popularity. And even if they stay in popularity, the fact that AT&T is really trying to up their streaming game, in my opinion, is really, really beneficial to the company. And the reason why I also think AT&T is just a rock-solid, safe company, not even looking at their dividend or valuation, is, in my opinion, the company, they're almost like a utility. Cell phone services and internet, and I'll mention cable in a second, but cell phones and internet nowadays in today's world of communication and connectivity is crucial. You can't really work without internet. You can't really stay connected or also work without having a cell phone. And so I personally think AT&T has kind of, along with the other carriers, monopolized a utility, or oligopolized, I guess, since there's a few of them, the connectivity and network that is running this digital age that we're in. So I wanted to also mention cable. That is the only section of AT&T I'm personally not stoked about. I'm happy that they're planning on selling DirecTV. I really hope they do it soon. I think they will. The plans are there. It's going to happen. The sooner the better, in my opinion, and the more that they can focus on streaming, the better. There's not too much more I wanted to go on this video. I know it's already kind of gotten away from me and been a little longer. I just really want any of you watching or who are maybe shareholders to AT&T, if you're already a shareholder, to kind of hear what I have to say and you know, let me know what you think down below. And if you're looking for a way to hedge against inflation for a safe, undervalued company, in my opinion, and of course, I'm not a financial advisor, it's just my opinion, definitely check out AT&T. Of course, do your own due diligence, but I personally think this is kind of a slept-on company. This isn't something that I'm expecting to go up 20, 30, 50% in the next year or two. However, I do think it could be possible that it, you know, being down 25% on the year, gets back those losses, you know, and ends up getting back to where it was pre-COVID. Even if it doesn't, let's say it just goes up 10% on the year and we're just trying to be conservative here and, you know, not try to get crazy gains, and that's why I have a huge portion of my portfolio in it. You have to add on the 7% dividend, right? Because if you're getting it at this low price, you're locking that in. So if you get a 10% gain, you're truly getting a 17% gain on your original money. Let's say AT&T stock, worst case scenario, goes down 5% this next year. Your money actually went up 2% because of the dividend. So anyways, just something to keep in mind. As I said, a great hedge against inflation, even if the stock stays flat or goes down a little, which I personally don't think is going to happen, but of course, do your own due diligence, do what you think, and that is it for this video. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to keep trying to get as many videos out as quickly as possible, and definitely comment down below if there's any videos you would like me to do, any companies you'd like me to analyze or talk about my thoughts on. I'm going to be making a video on my thoughts on selling, why it's very important to be unemotional when it comes to investing and don't make rash decisions. I'm going to make a short video on that. I'm also going to possibly make a video on the cruise lines. I own a little bit of them, and my thinking is more of a recovery, kind of short to medium term play. So anyway, lots of videos coming up on exciting topics, and like I said, comment down below if you have any ideas as well. I'd be happy to do them. I think I also, somebody requested a more in-depth video of Alibaba's financials. If you haven't seen my most recent video on why I think Baba is a great buy right now, definitely go check that out. It's still a decent deal in my opinion. It definitely has ran up quite a bit since that video, but anyway, definitely go check it out, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.